share. Hello there! Almost all of us are citizens of the online world, and the internet is the system that runs this world. The internet is so powerful. Indeed, anything can go viral in a blink of an eye. Whatever we say, post, or share, whether positive or negative, can immediately spread all over the online world before we even know it. But it is us who run the system. So we also are the ones who are fully in control of it. It's like... Hi dear! What is it today? Planning to update status? I just want to remind you.
Use the power of the internet to spread positivity. You can also stop the spread of harmful and untrue messages actually. By not passing them on to others, well, that's easy. And respect each other's differences, that's RESPECT.
Respect? Well. What do we have here? Thinking of something to post? Ooh, remember that one who called you loser, fat, and ugly? You can't let him get away with it. Go ahead and bring him on social media. Dear, ask yourself first, what will be the consequences? Will it result to something good? Nuh-uh, I don't think so. However, if you get mean and bullying comments, unfollow or block them, and also those with inappropriate behaviors. Make an effort to provide support to those being bullied to lift their morale and confidence. And kids, don't ever hesitate to speak up against and report online bullying. Now, to whom will we listen to? Aha! I think I know what to post. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Hashtag be internet kind. Hashtag it's cool to be kind. Share. How would you like to be treated? Simple as the golden rule says, treat others as you would like to be treated. Respect and expect to be respected. After all, what we give is what we get. So let's choose to be kind. Be internet kind. It's cool to be kind.
Mabuhay! Isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Ako ang inyong lingkod, Tutor Match. Welcome sa ating ETUlay, ang ating libreng online tutorial na hatid ng ating kagawaran ng edukasyon, ICTS EdTech. Ang programang ito ay inaasahang makatutulong at maging karagdagang kaalaman sa mga mag-aaral mula kinder hanggang senior high school, ALS, Alive, at SPED learners. Bukod sa pagsagot ng mga modules, ang ETUlay ay may mga special programs din na siguradong aabangan ninyo araw-araw. Katuwang ang ating mga minamahal na mga magulang at guro ay maitutulay natin ang pagkatuto. Kaya, ihanda na ang inyong module, lapis, papel o kwaderno. Ihanda rin ang isip, mata at tenga sa isa na namang makabuluhang aralin. Tayo nang matuto kasama ang inyong volunteer online tutor sa oras na ito.
Happy ETUlay Monday afternoon, senior high school students who are watching right now for our free online tutorial for General Chemistry 1, hatid ng DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd TV. So, I am Tutor Ann from SDO Las Piñas, and I am with my partner sa chemistry.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am your Tutor Abe, and we are welcoming you all for another productive time in Learning General Chemistry 1. And syempre, we're here kasama pa rin ng ibang mga ETUlay tutors para matulungan namin kayo sa pagsagot sa iyong mga modules. Kindly share the link with the hashtag ETUlay Level Up and ETUlay hashtag ETUlay ang bayanihan kasi 'di ba sharing is caring. And also tutor allow me to have this opportunity to again remind the students that they can revisit the
Yes.
Facebook page ng DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd Tayo, at sa YouTube channel na rin ng DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech Unit, and DepEd TV. Tutor Ann, happy Teacher's Day together
Happy Teacher's
with...
Day, Tutor Abe. Happy
Okay,
Teacher's
shout
Day
out
po
na
sa
rin,
lahat ng
no?
teachers nationwide, sa lahat po ng effort nyo. Alam ko na-appreciate po yan ng ating mga estudyante all over the Philippines.
Okay. So, saludo ako sa mga teachers na sobrang dedicated talaga sa profession natin. So,
Okay, so like what we always do, Tutor Abe, so we always want to share this question to our students. How do you keep your sanity? Ito, Tutor Abe, medyo hugot ko ito. So, nilagay ko lang dito, pero I know hugot din to ng maraming teachers. Pero ito rin po, kapag tayo ay pagod, ang tanging solusyon sa ating pagod ay magpahinga. So, mapapagod pero di titigil. Magpapahinga lang po ng konti. Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin sa paggawa kasi may mga estudyanteng naghihintay para sa atin, sa ating mga kilos. So alam ko naman na-appreciate yan ng mga estudyante natin. So this week, pasahin nyo ang mga teachers nyo po sa inyong mga kanya-kanyang mga paaralan. So Tutor Abe, may mga move na ba mga estudyante mo sa'yo?
oo, meron na yung especially shoutout sa advisory class ko ng grade 11 STEM Kusimbing. So, sobrang thoughtful nila.
Okay, so una pa lang naman yan kasi kabubukas lang naman ng school year.
Oo.
So for this week, for week 4, the most essential learning competency that we're going to discuss or to have is to write and balance the chemical equations and also construct mole or mass ratios for a reaction in order to calculate the amount of reactants needed or products formed in terms of moles or mass. So medyo mahaba yung most essential learning competency, Tutor Abe, pero idaan natin sa mga examples para medyo madali siyang
Oo, kayang-kaya nila yan.
absorb ng mga estudyante natin. So shout out po sa mga students ko from Las Piñas National High School, Senior High School, Section Independence and Influence. Yes, Tutor Abe, hindi ka papahuli, pa-shout out.
Ayan, nandito sila. Actually, ang dami na nilang mga comments. Thank you for watching, especially
Sige,
din sa
basa
mga
mo muna, Tutor
grade
Abe.
11 STEM ng Parañaque National High School, Main SDO Parañaque. Ayan, thank you so much for being with us. Alam ko na gusto ninyo madagdagan ang inyong learnings. So, shout out muna kay Dang Balagtas. Naku, si Tutor Tony, bigla ako na-pressure. We have Irish Jade, Francis Elijah, parang like yung natatandaan si Francis Elijah. Yes, si Ken Joshua, Mark Benjo, hi, John Herbert De Leon, good afternoon po, happy Teacher's Day po from grade 11 STEM, Bio. Si Dantley Ohano, Angeline Alminaza, Jana May Chamson, ayan.
O Tutor Abe, dahil magpe-present na ako, ikaw muna ang magtingin-tingin muna ng comments. Para kasi pag naka-full screen ako, hindi ako makakasulat sa pag nagdi-discuss. So Tutor Abe, tas mamaya pag ikaw na magdi-discuss, ako na bahala sa comment naman. Okay, so to start our lesson, here are the guidelines for writing and balancing chemical equation. So here are the rules, pero gets na to ng mga students natin, STEM students, kasi na-tackle na to sa kanilang junior high school. So ito ay preliminary, kailangan lang natin i-discuss in preparation for our topic on stoichiometry. So number 1, determine the correct chemical formulas for each reactant and product. So, dapat alam po ng mga estudyante natin ang pagsulat. Oops, di ko po natanggal. Kindly remove this plus sign na lang. Disregard this plus sign. So, dapat daw po tama ang mga chemical formulas at saka symbol ng elements kapag iniligay natin siya sa chemical equation. So, yun nga, step 1, make sure na tama ang ating pagkakasulat. Next, write the skeleton equation. When you say skeleton equation, kailangan tama ang ating meron tayong mga elements or chemical compounds sa reactant side. Ito yung reactant side, yung mga sa left side ng equation, and product side on the right side of the equation. And then step 3, count the number of atoms of each element that appears as a reactant and as a product. If a polyatomic ion is unchanged on both sides of the equation, count it as a unit. So makikita niyo po rito, NO3, silver nitrate po ito, isang nitrate siya. And then on the product side, makikita nyo may parentheses, may subscript na 2, ibig sabihin dalawang nitrate siya. So kapag daw may polyatomic ion, you count it as a unit kapag hindi naman nagbago ang chemical formula. So we will balance this equation later. Okay, for number 4, balance each element on at a time by placing coefficients in front of the formulas. A coefficient is a small whole number placed in front of a formula in an equation in order to balance it. Here are some rules under step 4. It is best to begin by balancing elements that only appear in one formula on each side. So dito, pwede naman magsimula daw kayo sa mga elements para makikita nyo kagad si CEO dito, isa lang. On the product side, isa lang din. So you may begin naman sa kahit anong element. This is just a trial and error activity. Kailangan nyo lang mabalanse kung ilan si CEO on the left side, yun din dapat si CEO on the right side. Ilan si silver on the reactant side, ilan si silver on the product side. And if the coefficient is 1, no need to indicate. Halimbawa po, kay coefficient dito, ilalagay po natin dito ay 1. Huwag na nating ilagay kasi 1 naman siya. Pag walang nakasulat dyan, it means 1 yon yung coefficient doon. Hindi na lang natin dapat, or hindi na natin kailangang indicate pa. For letter C, never change the subscripts in a chemical formula. You can only balance equations by using coefficient. I remember, Tutor Abe, may mga estudyante na nahirapan sa balancing chemical equation. Dito nila nilalagay in the middle of the chemical compound. Halimbawa, kailangan nilang gawing 2. Yung NO3, di ba, 2 doon. Ang ginagawa nila, nag-i-insert sila ng 2 dito. Hindi po. Sabi dito, you should place the coefficient beside each chemical formula. So dito nyo lang siya ilalagay beside the chemical compound. Yan.
Kasi isang buo siya, Tutor ano.
Yes, kasi as a compound siya. Hindi kayo dapat mag-insert in the middle of the chemical formula. Okay, so syempre mga theoretical mga rules natin yan, mamaya kailangan mai-apply natin yan para makita talaga natin kung naintindihan natin yung mga rules. Number 5, check each atom or polyatomic ion to be sure that they are equal on both sides of the equation. Kailangan kung ilan yung mga polyatomic ion sa reactant side, yun din dapat sa product side. Ilan ang element sa reactant side, yun din dapat ang sa product side. Also, make sure that all coefficients are in the lowest possible ratio. If necessary, reduce the lowest ratio. Kumbaga sa mathematics, may sinisimplify. So, kailangan isimplify natin siya. So, madali lang naman yung makita kung hindi siya nakasimplify kapag divisible by 2, kapag meron silang common na number, so kailangan pa natin yung isimplify. And of course, kailangan memorize natin to. I remember po sa mga students ko, para matandaan nila yung mga diatomic molecules, ginawa, and I'm sure ginagamit to ng mga chemistry teachers nyo din. So, ang mnemonics na ginagamit ko is Huckleberry Finn. Anong ibig sabihin ng Huckleberry Finn? So, hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine, and nitrogen. Lahat po sila ay diatomic molecules. So kapag tinanong kayo or you are thinking, diatomic molecules ba yon? Check nyo, part ba siya ng Huckleberry Finn? So ang Huckleberry Finn is again, hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine, and nitrogen. They exist diatomically. Okay, dalawang atom attached together. Okay, so ayan po yung example natin. So we will try to balance this example para test natin or ma-check natin kung naalala pa ng mga students natin ang pagbabalance. So, first is you are going to line up all the elements present in the chemical equation or in the chemical formula, chemical reaction. Okay, so we have Cu, Ag, nitrogen, and oxygen. Let us count the number of Cu on the reactant side. We have 1. On the product side, we also have 1. On the reactant side, si silver, we have 1. And on the product side, kung titingnan nyo, si silver, isa lang din. So let's put here 1. For nitrogen, we have 1. And on the reactant side, and on the product side, ito yung sa parenthesis po, dahil may 2 dito, you have to distribute this 2. 1 nitrogen times 2, so the number of nitrogen is 2, and oxygen 3 times 2, 6. So we have to multiply that. So yung oxygen sa right side ay 6. Yung oxygen sa reactant side ay 3. So mapapansin nyo na hindi balanse. Okay, hindi siya balanse. Dahil hindi siya balanse, we have to think of a way on what coefficient should I write there para maging balance siya. So to do that, try natin dito kay AgNO3 kasi si Ag ay parehas naman silang 1. So lalagyan, however, si NO3, si N dito ay 1 lang, si oxygen dito ay 3. However, on the reactant side, si nitrogen ay 2, si oxygen ay 6. So I have to put times 2 here. So times 2 kay Ag, pero syempre maaapektuhan si silver. Kasi i-distribute tong 2 na to kay silver, kay nitrogen, at saka kay oxygen. So, multiply natin yan. So, magiging, ang bilang na ng Ag ay 2, ang bilang ni nitrogen ay 2, ang bilang ni oxygen ay 6. So, kung mapapansin nyo, balanse na si oxygen, balanse na rin si nitrogen. However, si silver ay hindi na siya naging balanse kasi naging 2 sa reactant side. So, syempre, ang gagawin natin ay lalagyan natin ng coefficient 2 on the right side. So, magiging 2 na rin siya. So, at this point, balanse na po ang ating chemical reaction or yung chemical equation natin. Okay, so
Okay.
the reason why I presented this one kasi this is a preliminary pag nag-compute na kayo ng stoichiometry. So sa stoichiometry, magko-convert kayo ng mole to mole, mole to mass, mass to mass, at yan naman po ang i-discuss natin sa atin ni Tutor Abay. Tutor Abay?
Okay, tutoran, hinga ng konti kasi parang sobrang,
tuloy-tuloy.
tuloy-tuloy talaga yung discussion ng pag-balance ng equations kasi sobrang importante naman siya. So, shout out muna tayo kay Jamel, John Paul, Iko Von, Ashley, ayan, si Richmond, John Paul, si Sean, Cherry May, Cassandra, Irene, Max Joven, ayan, thank you so much. Greetings, nag-greet din sila ng Happy Teacher's Day. So, yung ginawa ni Tutor Anna pag-explain sa atin sa balance equation, sobrang importante niya kasi hindi natin masasolve yung problem solving sa stoichiometry kung hindi natin mababalance yung equation. So that would be the very first step, diba, Tutor Ann? So for us to solve for the mole of the substance A, papunta yan kay mole of the product or the other reactants rather. So ibig sabihin, we have to get the values of those numbers dun sa balance equation. So mamaya mas maiintindihan nyo yan kapag nagpakita kami sa inyo ng example. Pero ilagay muna natin sa ating isip na for us to transfer the mole of A and then papunta kay mole B, we have to consider the balance equation. So ganun ka-importante yung balance equation.
Yes. Next slide.
Yes po. Tutor Ann?
Ayan po, Tutor Abay.
Okay. So for the second kasi hindi lang naman palagi mole ang given natin papunta sa another mole ng substance. There are sometimes ang given sa problem natin nag-start sa mass, papunta sa mole. So ito ngayon yung magiging step natin. The mass A of the substance will be converted into mole A, then the mole A converted to the mole B. Medyo nadagdagan ng process pero don't worry, parehas lang din naman yung gagawin natin. Then, yung mole B papunta kay mass B. Kung mapapansin niyo sa kaninang in-explain ko, si mole A papunta kay mole B. If the given in the problem is in mole, there are sometimes the given is actually in mass or in grams. So, i-convert natin siya sa grams din ng isa pang substance. So, this would be the process on that. Wherein, for us to convert the mass of A papunta kay mole of A, we have to get the molar mass, which is na-discuss natin last week, no, Tutor Ann? So alam na nila yan.
The molar mass.
Then for mole A, papunta kay mole B, yun. That's the process of getting the balance equation first. Kasi yung values na gagamitin natin for mole A, papunta kay mole B, coming from the balance equation. Then, for mole B, papunta kay mass B, ganun din. Molar mass din, kagaya ng ginawa natin sa very first step natin.
And I guess, Tutor Abe, mas kayang-kaya nilang i-apply na yan dito sa
Oo.
problem na ni-ready natin para sa kanila. Sige po, Tutor Abe.
Okay, so let's start with the very first problem. Kung mapapansin niyo, sabi sa problem, how many moles of copper or Cu is needed to react with 3.55 moles of AgNO3 or silver nitrate? Dito pa lang sa problem, kapag nakita ninyo that the unit being used is mole, tapos ang tinatanong sa atin is how many moles then? So ibig sabihin, mag-uumpisa tayo sa mole, based from the given, papunta rin sa mole ng isa pang substance. So we will be starting with the formula or para lang ma-figure out ninyo yung pattern natin, no? So mole A papunta kay mole B. So we will be starting with the given 3.55 moles of AgNO3. Kailangan natin siyang papuntahin or convert sa moles ni, or makuha rather, yung moles ni copper para makumpleto natin yung reaction. Then, i-rewrite lang natin si 3.55 moles of AgNO3. Then, we're going to multiply it using the factor label method. Then, dito, tatandaan ninyo that the given, kung ano yung given natin na unit, yun din ang ilalagay natin as denominator or sa ilalim para ma-cancel natin siya later on kasi we will not be using that anymore. Ang kailangan natin ay yung hinahanap sa problem which is the mole of copper. Okay, ngayon, saan natin kukuhanin yung mole ni copper at yung moles ni silver nitrate? Yun yung ginamit natin na balance equation kanina. Wherein, si copper based on the balance equation, wala naman siyang coefficient, so understood it's only 1. So 1 mole of copper divided by sa moles ni AgNO3 which is 2 doon sa balance equation natin. Okay, so that would be the solution for that. And all we have to do is to calculate the process. So 3.55 times 1 divided by 2. The answer is...
Ipakuha natin sa kanila yung
Ay,
sagot.
sige.
Kindly type in sa
Sobrang
comment
na-engross na ako.
section. Kindly type in sa comment section kung anong makukuha yung answer dito. Let us wait for our students to solve for this, Tutor Abe. And let's read kung anong mailalagay nilang answer sa comment section. Okay, 3.55 times 1 divided by 2, that is how to get the mole of copper. And let us not forget na, pati tayo, ayan, huwag natin kalimutan na
cancel. Okay, may nabasa na akong sagot, Tutor Ann. According kay Joselito, 1.775 moles of Cu.
1.775. So, tama naman ito, Tutor Abe, no?
Oo.
1.775. The unit now is mole of Cu.
Okay, 1.78 for Mark Benjo. So, pwede naman, no, i-round off na natin. 1.775 for Mark Gian. Same with Danica Umbao. Ayan. Frances Elijah. Ito yung mga students natin na talaga nagko-compute. Mark Joven. Ayan, ang dami na sumagot. So, I think, naintindihan nila yung process. So, they come up having 1.775 or 1.78 moles of copper. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, the 1.775 is actually the amount needed to react with 3.55 moles of silver nitrate for the completion of the chemical reaction.
Okay, so yan po ay problem on converting mole to mole. So mole of A to mole of the other substance, mole of B. So, Tutor Abe, are we going to proceed na to our next problem? We're good na with this problem?
Oo, tapos na at maraming nakakuha ng answer. So, tatalino talaga ng ating mga tuties.
Okay, so the next problem is if 90.5 grams of silver was produced, how many grams of Cu reacted? So, Tutor Abe, same ano lang tayo, same equation. So, I would like to write muna the pattern that we are going to follow para makasunod yung ating mga students. So, we have, since ang given ay grams, so ilagay natin dito mass of A, then we're going to convert that to mole of A. Then from mole of A, ko-convert natin yan kay mole of B. And then we're going to convert that to mass of B. So in this case, magma-mass to mole muna tayo using the molar mass. And then dito naman yung balance equation and then molar mass. So students, kung yung kaninang problem ay mole of A to mole of B, so isang step lang siya. This time, 3 steps siya to get mass of A to mass of B. So let us write the data. So we have 90.5, dito ko na nasa baba sulat. 90.5 grams, so alam natin na mass yan, of silver. How many grams of Cu reacted? So, to react completely this 90.5 grams of silver, kailangan makompute natin siya. And of course, we need the balance equation. And make sure that you have the correct and balance equation para hindi tayo magkamali. So, dito, like what Tutor Abay said kanina, you will just copy the unit, grams of silver, and then mass of A to mole. Magko-convert muna tayo, mass to mole. So definitely pag mass to mole, kailangan natin yung mass ni silver. Tutor Abay, do you have a copy of the mass of silver there?
Yes, tignan natin. Baka pwede rin mag-share yung mga students kasi, di ba, we instruct them to get the periodic table with them. So, ano
Oo,
kayang
sabi
mass ng
natin last
ating
week.
silver?
Yes. The mass of silver, check ko rin sa aking periodic table.
Okay. I think it's 108.
Okay, so 108, Tutor Abay. The mass of silver is 108. So let me write that here. In 1 mole of silver, meron tayong 108 grams ni silver. Pwede na po tayo maglagay dito ng multiplication sign. Idiretso na natin. Kasi pag kinancel natin ito, na-convert na natin from grams of silver now to mole of silver. Then the next step is mole of silver to mole of, anong substance hinanap natin? Cu. So, ko-convert natin. Oops, na-move. Okay, so dito, we'll just copy whatever the unit in the numerator, we'll just copy that in the denominator. So, mole of Ag, and in here, mole of Cu. So, definitely, we are going to get the data that is presented in our balanced equation. So what is the relationship of Cu and Ag? Students in the comment section.
Tutor Ann, yung ang sagot nila yun nandun sa mass ni silver pa rin. So what do you think?
Nakuha
Nila.
yung mass ni silver. Okay po. Okay, the relationship of Cu and silver is sa sa balance equation, isang mole ng Cu, we have 2 Ag. Okay? So, yan ang ratio niya. Sa kada isang Cu, may mapoproduce siyang 2 Ag. Okay, next.
Okay.
You will
Tutor
notice
Ann, according to...
Sige.
sorry, Tutor Ann. According kay Edward Bagay, 1 mole of copper is 2 mole of Ag. So talaga nakasunod siya.
Yes, 1 mole of copper is equal to 2 moles of Ag. Yes, magagaling talaga mga estudyante, mga STEM students natin. Okay, so we have, now that we have mole of Ag, we can cancel this now. At ang matitirang unit natin ngayon ay mole ng copper. So, and then we will write again this, we will copy this in the denominator. And we will now get the molar mass. Nandito na tayo sa step na to. The molar mass of copper. Okay, Tutor Abay, do you have a copy of the molar mass or mass of copper?
Yes, according to...
Mole, yes po.
According to my copy sa periodic table, 1 mole of copper is equivalent to 64 grams of copper.
Okay, so 64 grams. You will notice, students, na na-cancel na natin yung mga units and the remaining unit is now grams of copper. So whatever answer we have here, tama yung magiging sagot natin kasi tama yung cancellation of units and also we are looking for the grams of copper. And yung nakuha nating final answer, ang unit niya ay grams ng copper. Okay, let us try to solve. Let us ask our students in the comment section. Kindly type in your answer and we will read your answers. Kindly also include the name of your school para po ma-recognize. So last week, Tutor Abe, nakarating tayo hanggang Davao.
Oo
May
nga
mga students
eh.
tayo from Davao. Dito kaya, tingnan natin kung hanggang
Oo.
saan ang narating ng ating tutorial na ito.
Okay. Anong school kaya si Edward Bagay? Kasi kanina pa siya nagpa-participate at may sagot na siya, Tutor Ann. According to him, it's 26.81 grams of copper.
26.81.
81.
Okay, based on the formula, tama naman po, Tutor Abe, ang ating
Yes po.
answer sa problem na ito. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, si 90.5 grams of silver, para ma-produce ang 90.5 grams ng silver, kakailanganin natin ng 26.81 grams ng copper. Ulit, si copper kasi ay nasa reactant side. Para daw makapag-produce siya ng 90.5 grams ng silver, kakailanganin natin ng 26.81 grams ng copper. So dito, 26.81 grams ng copper para makapag-produce tayo ng 90.5 grams ng silver. So yan, nagets naman kahit medyo magulo yung sulat, Tutor Abay, madulas kasi yung sulatan. So nagets naman ang ating mga students at nakuha nila ang solution. So this problem is about mass to mass. Kung mapapansin nyo, grams ang given, grams din ang final answer. Na-convert yung mass of A to mole of A, mole of A to mole of B, mole of B to mass of B. And what the next problem is about paano kapag hindi naman mass ang given. So, Tutor Abay, will you help us kapag hindi naman mass ang given?
Okay, yes, Tutor Ann. So, in this example, so the problem itself, Tutor Ann, the problem,
Ayan po.
15 moles of NaClO3 will produce how many grams of O2? Kanina, sa example ni Tutor Ann, nag-start tayo sa grams. Medyo mahaba yung process ni Tutor Ann. No? That would be the longest, no? So this time naman, medyo bawas tayo ng konting step kasi nag-start na tayo sa mole. So we are not going to convert anymore mole to mole. So we will be starting with 15 moles of NaClO3 wherein kailangan natin makuha kung ilang grams yung kailangan nating oxygen for the completion of reaction. So 15 moles of NaClO3, then we have to look for the mass or the grams of oxygen gas. Okay, then rewrite lang natin for the solution. So we have 15 moles of NaClO3. Okay, so Tutor Ann, lagay din natin yung pattern para mas masundan nila. So we have here mole of A papunta kay mole of
Sorry, Tutor Abay. Ito
Ay.
pala. Yeah.
Okay, then papunta tayo kay Okay, so start na tayo. So 15 moles of NaClO3, multiply it by the value of, sa ilalim natin ulit ilalagay yung mole para makancel sila. Mamaya na natin lagyan ng values, yung munang mga units. Then sa taas, we have to get the mole of the substance or yung hinahanap natin, which is the O2. Okay, so according to the balance equations, yun naman yung sinabi natin kanina, no? Kapag parehas mole yung nasa taas at nasa baba, use the balance equation. So according to that, we have 3 moles of oxygen gas. Then we have 2 moles of NaClO3. Okay, then cancel natin yung moles ni NaClO3 para disregard na natin siya. Then, let's continue the process. We are going to multiply it papunta dun sa hinahanap natin. So, this time, mole ulit sa ilalim para makancel natin siya. Moles of oxygen, punta ngayon sa hinahanap natin na mass ni oxygen gas. Okay? So this time, always remember, kapag ang isa ay grams at ang isa ay mole, laging 1 mole lang yon. Ha? Hindi nyo kukuhanin yung data sa balance equation. Then, you will be getting the molar mass of oxygen gas. So 16 times 2 is 32. So that would be the molar mass. And yun na yun. That would be the
Okay,
answer
let us
now.
ask our students sa comment section ulit, and also kindly include the name of your school.
Oo,
So tingnan natin.
para ma-shout out naman natin.
Yung
Tutor
mga-
Ann, pa-cancel na lang siguro ng moles ni oxygen gas, no? Para mas makita nila na yun na yung matitira, yung grams ni O2. So we are just waiting for the value, 15 times 3 divided by 2, then multiply it by 32. That would be the grams of oxygen gas needed.
Okay, hintayin natin ang mga students natin, pero may mga nakita na ako dito. May nabasa nga ako kanina, di pa kulaw eh. Parang sa Aurora yata yon. Merong pang, meron
Pa-mention siguro ng school, si Edward, parang gusto kong malaman kung taga saang school si Edward Bagay.
Actually, tinatry kong makipag-communicate sa teacher nila sa chemistry. Hintayin natin. Baka makipag-collab sa atin. Ayan, Chutrabe, may sumagot na.
Oo,
Ang
may
sabi
sagot na.
ay,
Si Edward Bagay, 720 grams. Si Danica Umbao, 720 grams din of oxygen gas.
okay, so tingnan natin kung, siyempre, tinignan ko sa list sa ating
Calculator
problem,
din, no?
720 grams of oxygen
Oxygen
gas.
gas. Okay. Ayan, may mga pare-pare sila ng answers. Cindy, si Diane, si Jay, si Ken Joshua from Parañaque National High School, Maine. Lubao National High School, according to Jay Santos, it's 720. Parang natatandaan ko si Jay Santos. Okay, we have
Saan kaya yung Lubao?
Saan ba yung Lubao? Ayoko mag-mention ng province, baka mali. Okay, so I think parang madali para sa kanila yung topic, no? Kasi talagang...
Okay. Actually, matapang lang siyang pakinggan, stoichiometry, pero nakakatuwa lang. Para ka lang nagko-convert ng one unit to another. Kasi nga, we're just using factor label method. So, marami namang students na nakakuha na, Tutor Abay.
Yes, Tutor, and sobrang dami nila. So, meron pa rito si John Herbert De Leon, Parañaque National High School, Maine, Leia Perez, Las Piñas National High School, Maine, Senior High School, si Fritz Casas, Leia Perez, Jana May Chamson, Iverson Kilatan. Ayan, sobrang dami. Ang fast learner ng mga students natin. No?
Okay, so Tutor Abay, so that concludes our lesson for week 4 sa ating most essential learning competency. So bilang paghahanda, so let us ask our students to ready their calculator for next week. Aside from calculator, they must have with them periodic table. Kasi ang lesson natin next week ay about percent yield and theoretical yield. Okay? And of course, gusto din namin na i-share sa inyo na ang mga programs na ino-offer ng DepEd EdTech Unit, ETUlay online tutorial para sa senior high school. We have All is Wellness, Coding and Robotics, Safety and First Aid, Earth and Life Science, General Chemistry 1, General Biology 1, Mommy Tech Talks, Level Up. So kasabay natin ang Earth and Life Science. So para sa mga students din ng 11. So yan ay hatid ng DepEd EdTech Unit. So for our feedback form, Tutor Abay.
Yes, Tutor Ann, before that, according to Jay Santos, Pampanga po yung Lubao.
Wow.
Thank you so much, at least. Oo, saan kaya tayo sa susunod dadalhin ng mga students
this platform para po marami po mga students ang maka-receive ng ganitong free online tutorial.
Okay, so for your feedback and suggestions, so you can have the link here, so you can be able to share your insights about pwede naman kung paano ninyo na-appreciate yung ETUlay, paano ba kami nakatulong sa inyo. So kindly share that, or kung meron kayong mga suggestions and comments, so you are free to see it there. Tutor Ann?
Okay, so ayan po ang ating QR code for feedback form for senior high school ETUlay online tutorial. Ayan po, muli ako si Tutor Ann from SDO Las Piñas, and with me is my partner,
I am Tutor Abe. Again, sasabihin namin ulit, sama-sama nating itulay ang pagkatuto.
Sama-sama nating itulay ang bayanihan para sa mga batang Pilipino. Salamat po sa pag-attend.
Okay.
God bless everyone.
See you next time.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!